Hi guys, this is Michael from boostdevelopers.com, and this is part 2 of our presentation of the Inspire backend. In this part we're going to have a look at the Inspire widgets. So if you go to our post, you'll see that we have the widget area in the sidebar to the right, and right now we have no widgets added. To add widgets, you go to the backend and to appearance and widgets. And as you can see, we have color-coded the Inspire widgets. So all the red widgets are Inspire widgets, and all the white widgets are WordPress standard widgets. To the right we have the sidebar area. So the first widget we're going to have a look at is the Inspire sidebar banner widget. And this is basically just a text widget, and in the text area you can put text or HTML code. If you leave it empty, the widget is simply going to display a banner placeholder. Now the next widget I'm going to show you is the social links widget. And by default, the social links widget looks like this. You have a title and you have 7 social icons. Now in the widget settings you can define your own title. You can select whether or not to open the social link in a new window or to open the link in the same window. In the section beneath you can put in your own social links, and remember to put in a full URL. So don't just write your Facebook page or your Twitter username, write the entire URL. Now if you leave one of these inputs empty, you will see that the widget simply removes that icon from the icon row. That way you can choose to only have the icons displayed that you actually use. Next we have our Inspire post widget. And the Inspire post widget looks like this by default. You have your title, you have any number of posts, and you have your view selector. Now the user can select whether or not to view your post by a grid view or in a list view. In the widget settings you can put in your own title. You can decide what post to display, either latest posts, random posts, or a post from any of your categories. You can decide whether or not to start out in list view or grid view, and you can define the number of posts to display. So let's say we wanted to display some random posts. And let's start out in a list view and maybe have 8 posts. And here's what that will look like. Next we have our Facebook widget, and by default it will look like this. You have your title and you have your Facebook box. In the widget settings you can put in your own title, you can put in the URL to your Facebook page, and make sure you put in the full URL. You can decide whether or not to include faces, to include the wall, or to include the Facebook header. So let's say we wanted to put in a Facebook box linked to our own Boost Developers Facebook page. Well, we would go to our Facebook page, copy paste the URL and paste it into the address input. And let's just select faces, wall and header to see how that looks. And there you have a nice Facebook box in the widgets area. You can find a link to our Facebook page in the description underneath the video. So finally we have the Inspire Twitter widget. and by default your Twitter widget does not display any tweets. First you have to put in your Twitter widget code. So if we go back to the back end, you can see that in the widget settings we have included a link, and if you click this link you will be taken to your Twitter account. Here you can choose to create a new widget, and we have already created our Boost Developers Twitter widget. So we're just going to press edit, and you can see you have all these options for your Twitter widget, and you end up with an embeddable code. So copy that code and go back to the widget settings, paste in the code, and save your code. Now you'll see that you have the official Twitter widget displayed on your homepage. Now we think that this is actually a pretty neat widget by Twitter. Your users can choose to follow you straight from the widget by clicking this button. You of course have your tweets, and at the bottom you can actually write new tweets straight from your own page. So the only downside to this widget is that the design is a little different from the overall Inspire design. So we have included an option to go ahead and use Inspire design instead. If you select this, you can also go ahead and control how many tweets you would like to display. So let's say we want 6 tweets. Now your Twitter feed will have an Inspire design, and it will blend more natural into the overall theme. Finally, let's go ahead and build a full sidebar consisting of Inspire widgets. And here you go. And that was a quick look at the Inspire widgets. Thanks for watching.